That was an answered prayer because only God heard my prayers. Only He knew I was feeling broken. Only He knew I had nothing in my gas tank, and only He knew those things. I grew up in California. I grew up with a single mom. She had 4 girls, and she struggled with addiction. So it was hard, it was tough. We moved around a lot. The one constant in my life, though, was my grandpa. He was always constant. No matter where we moved, he would always come and visit. And when we lived in California, every Saturday, every Sabbath, he would come and pick us up. And he would take us to church, and after church, he made the same lunch every single Sabbath. He made the same thing. He would make the casserole, his famous casserole. And then we'd go do something. We'd go on a hike, or we'd go to the beach, and that was my out. I never ever thought I would ever get into the medical field. To be honest, I was that rebellious child. I was out until 1 o'clock in the morning, running around, doing things I shouldn't have been doing. And I wound up pregnant that year, freshman year of high school. It changed my life definitely for the better. I wound up focusing way more, and I actually graduated with like all A's. And then I wound up having my second child when I was 20. And at that point, I was trying to get into college. I was like, yeah, I want to go do something bigger. I don't want to just work at Didi's Discounts or Ross. So I tried it, and I got my medical assisting. And before I was even out of the program, I was like, I'm gonna be a nurse. I was getting my prerequisites, and during that time, I got pregnant with my 3rd kid. I'd take 3 classes here, 2 classes there, and in 2022, I had my 4th child, and my grandfather passed away 5 days prior to me giving birth. I can't do this right now. I just need to focus on working full time. I'm not making rent. The head of the nursing department, Alicia, actually called me. I didn't apply to anywhere for a long time. She's like, yeah, so I have your transcripts here. What were you trying to do? And I was like, well, I was trying to be a nurse, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that now. And she's like, well, what's going on? What's holding you back? And I was like, I can't pay my rent right now. I'm living in California. I think you guys are in Nebraska. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. And she's like, look, if you come out here, you can start in September. You know, they have scholarships, we'll give you scholarships. And I was like, I can't start this September, even if I could get out there. Like, I have 4 kids. And she goes, oh, I'll hold your spot for January. What? Like, what just happened? Like, people wait on waiting lists to get in nursing programs. And I prayed about it, and I said, you know what, God, I'm gonna do this. And if you want me to do this, you gotta help me make a way, because that's far, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it. A month and a half later, I was driving out here in my truck with 4 kids and a dog and a cat. Like, completely alone. I don't know anybody out here. I'm just completely alone with me and my kids. And it was rough. And there were moments I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was feeling alone. I had failed a couple of my exams, and I was like, just not feeling like it. I had nothing in my gas tank. And this woman pulls me out of class, and she's like, so you got chosen by one of our alumni to receive a blessing.
There is a lovely alum who lives in California. I received one of her lovely notes that she felt inspired that there was a nursing student that she could help, and some money was enclosed.
And it wasn't a lot, but it was exactly what I needed, like $40. That goes a long way.
And when she saw the money, she just let me know that her bank account was down to just pennies.
This is gonna help me. Like, I'm gonna get some food, I'm gonna put gas in my car. Like, that was an answered prayer, because only God heard my prayers. Only He knew I was feeling broken. Only He knew I had nothing in my gas tank, and only He knew those things.
She truly was inspired to send in some dollars to help a student.
You know, it's nice to know that someone believes in me enough to invest in my future, because it is an investment in my future. Before coming here, I was just spiraling. Like, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? It has all been just pointing me, directing me to where I am now. And the generations before me, they all made the same mistakes. You know, they all did the drugs, got lost on the streets. No one in my family has graduated college. I know that I'm breaking generational curses, and my kids are watching me do what I'm doing. They are watching me. They are witnessing these miracles unfold before us. When something like this happens, when I go home and say, guys, guess what happened? Some random person walked in and gave us $200 for food. My son and my daughter, because they're the older ones, they're just like, what? What? They see these things. And it's like, you cannot deny that when you're trying to do something right, if God wants it for you, it will happen.